Okay, I'm here and ready. I hope Kimo shows up for matches.
Yeah, he says he's feeling dead at the moment, so he
Oh
can't
my
make it.
god, man.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Uh, are we on? Should I stream the fuck
Yeah,
of
no,
it?
we're on. We're live.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, we've already got a ban Icewise movement going on here.
Perfect. That's all we need.
So I guess we can give everyone a couple of minutes to join up, and then we can get started. It would be good if the people viewing, if you could just tell me if the levels are okay, my voice compared to Corny's. If that's all good, then we can get started as
Hello,
well.
everybody.
Awesome. Thank you, buddy. And yeah, I'm really nervous to play music on this stream because it's really important that when this VOD saves, that YouTube or Twitch doesn't remove the audio, because the audio is going to be quite crucial to the stream. So we're gonna go raw, Karen.
Okay. Okie dokie. I was thinking if you need to show the chat on the right side, because whoever is joined on Twitch, they can see themselves. But like, it doesn't matter, I guess.
I don't understand. What do you mean?
Like on your full screen, we can see on the right side
Yeah.
the column with Twitch chat.
Yeah.
But I don't know if we need it. Like everyone who's on, just read it from his Twitch.
Well, yes, but if Maharaja loads us to YouTube on the YouTube channel, that won't come
Yeah,
through.
that's right.
So
Perfect.
I
Yeah,
figured it would be good for the
Awesome.
the history.
Stop underestimating Thomas there, guys, okay? He fought this through.
I thought some of it through.
Yeah.
Some faith.
Okay, first of all, since this is the first stream, like after the draft, we should thank like all the admins, Hector for hosting this cup, Vader, Maharaja, Avi, everybody involved. Really thank you guys for doing this. It looks like another lockdown is coming close to Czech Republic, so I will have something to do. Thank you.
Well, I think every country is about to be impacted by that, and
Yeah.
there's even talk of it disrupting the Polish LAN as well.
Yeah, unfortunately.
So, have you confirmed you're not going, Karen, to the?
Yeah. Unfortunately, I have, because we had I would need a test to get there. I think I'm not going to do that, and I'm starting a new work on Thursday. So I already told Hit that unfortunately I can't make it.
Yeah.
But Oleg is saying they are Gucci, but they are Polacks. They are always Gucci.
Yeah, and it's Oleg. It's just some caca comment right there.
Also, thank you all the captains for picking up their teams. You will see in about half hour what kind of job you did.
Absolutely, and I decided this cup not to captain, and it's benefited me greatly. So.
Yeah, you put all your faith in Vader, and it worked out perfectly.
Yeah.
We can say.
Yeah, for sure.
Nothing wrong in there.
No.
But we will get to that soon.
Yeah, for sure. But no, I echo your comments. I think the admin team and the captains have done great work so far. It looks like we're going to have another fantastic cup in store. It's going to be 8 weeks, I think, from now until we hit the final.
Yep.
Or something like that. So that will keep us going pretty much until almost end of the year. So no, fantastic stuff.
Awesome. And I hope somebody is already planning a new tournament from January.
I think I'm gonna need it. We'll see how this one goes. Okay, so Karen, you spent a bit of time in preparation for this. You did a write-up of the teams and how you think
Yes.
they're going to to fare out. So I guess you're going to use that as a baseline for doing the discussions today. And
Okay, so we start with the team 7,
sure.
or you mean in general? Or I would go team to team.
Yeah, let's just go from left to right. I mean, so the way this is going to work for anyone who's not familiar with tier lists, it seems to be like a new sort of trend on YouTube and Twitch at the moment. But
And we all know Thomas is really trendy. He's really fast at catching these trends.
oh dear, I just hold on, Karen, 1 second. I just received a follow from Flo, and I just realised I need to probably stick that on here. Give me just 1 moment while I do that.
Well done, Flo.
Need to do my thing. Let's see, copy and paste.
You already broke the fucking stream, Flo. Thank you very much.
Yeah, GG.
Guys, whoever comes next, please don't follow Nin on Twitch. Thank you.
It's just not worth it. It's not worth the pain. Okay, I think it should appear now if it happens again. So hopefully we're actually good to go now. So yeah, so tier listing, basically we've got all of the teams lined up at the bottom here, and essentially oh god, I hope we get so many of those. That's spam. It's going to be awesome. Thank you, Spies, for the £10 donation. So we're going to go through the teams at the bottom and pretty much drag them up and position them somewhere in the ranking, and then by the end of the stream, after we've sort of discussed each team and maybe each player in the team, we'll end up with some sort of visual ranking of where we think everyone's going to finish. So that's pretty much the idea.
It should be straightforward. Even iSpice can get it.
And receiving some comments that that donation comment was pretty damn loud. I sort of want to keep it that way because, well, when you get a £10 donation, I think you've got to make the most of it. Let's see if I can fix that quickly though as well. But why don't you start, Karen, by taking us through Team 7 while I fix some of this stuff.
Okay, so Team 7 was picked by Maharaja. Maharaja needs really shout out here because he didn't want to be a captain, but he man up, unlike Balls, who had a maybe column in his application. So thank you, Maharaja, very much for stepping up and doing this. And I have to say, I really like this team. I think he picked really good players which can suit his style. He has frag heavy team, which is the one thing Maharaja himself is missing in his runs and in his playstyle.
No, absolutely. I think like you're spot on. I mean, Cartman, YMD, Loki's, and Playful, and Sandwich. So I mean, the only person who doesn't have that much frags in that team is Maharaja himself and Red Nuts.
Yeah.
Everyone else has got that to complement his style.
So I really like what he got there. And talking about this team, we have to start with Cartman.
Mm-hmm.
Some people would say he's been inactive for years. Some people would say he played last cup. No one knows. Only Nigel and Cartman. But all jokes aside, he's an amazing player. He always seems to me that he's like 1 gear faster than the defenders. He's doing really nice movements, and yeah, I only have a praise for him. He's a really good player. So I think he will carry a lot.
What the fuck?
Carry on, please. Carry on.
Perfect.
So
Actually,
no, look, I think no. So Cartman, I've only seen him pugging over the last 2 months, maybe 1 month. I mean, we saw him appear pretty much just after the cup, the first cup ended, and he's been pretty solid, I think, so far. I'm not sure if he's,
I would say so.
I think the rating he's received, the 905, is like pretty high for the fact that he's kind of inactive at the moment. But we'll have to wait and see, I suppose.
Well, I actually think it's a little bit like I would put him even higher, but that's just my personal opinion. I really like his style of play, so I may be a fanboy here. So if we have Cartman in attack, it's for sure Haraja being his partner in crime. And I think these two can really work together because Cartman has some really amazing fragging skills. And he's a good team player. And Maharaja can actually learn a lot from him. I expect these two to do a lot of good work together.
But do you think, like, Maharaja, and I really hope he does play in this cup, because in the last cup he pretty much rested himself for every single game.
Yeah.
But I mean, Playful's a very capable attacker, and maybe he and Cartman will attack together.
I would stop you there. Playful is a very, very good player, but he's never in attack. I played with him in some teams. He was my cover, and he always had more flag kills than covers, so he is a really good player, but I wouldn't say he's an attacker. And ask Alex, he will confirm it.
So where do you play him? Where do you play Playful?
Well, everybody puts him in attack, but he does his stuff. He's more of a fallback in attacker, always helping his defense out. But on serious note, like, for sure Maharaja is gonna play, and for sure he will let Playful and Sandwich play as well. It's gonna be a rotation.
Yeah.
And I think that's only fair. I think all teams should like practice that. And it's the best way to play and enjoy the cup, especially if you are low rank captain. What can you do?
True. Yeah, no, I agree. I think he will rotate all of the players evenly. And I hope he does this time, because he absolutely deserves to get more game time than he did before.
In my opinion, he will have his three strongest players playing in, kinda like we did in the last cup, like Cartman, YMD, Loki's I expect to play every game. And he will always switch Rednas with Sandwich or himself with Playful, something like that.
Yeah, and that's a really good point actually, right? Because the core of their team and their positions are there, right? So you've got Cartman, who will always
exactly.
Loki's will always do mid, probably.
Well, that's the question. Either YMD or Loki's.
And then the other defending, right?
Yeah.
And then Rednas will defend, Sandwich can come in to defend, and then Playful and Maharaja are the other two attackers. So really good balance in that team as well, I would say. But overall, in comparison to the other teams, I'm thinking, like you said, Karen, very, very frag strong team. How far do you think they're going to go in this cup?
Well, for sure, I think they can make playoffs. For sure. So I would definitely say playoffs. And the rest is really hard to say. It depends who they will face, which maps they will get. But one thing which I'm concerned about is if they gel together. Because if they all like practice it together and gel together, they're gonna be a really, really good team in my opinion. But I wouldn't say that this list of players are like used to play together or have any sort of like understanding with each other yet. Because there are some teams where the players are picked like by friends or people who are used to play together a lot. In this team I don't see any connection like that. So that's the one thing for which I wouldn't say they are the best team or one of the best, but I think playoffs for sure.
Yeah, and just reading through some of the comments on Twitch as well, iSpies has said Rednas only averages 50 frags on defense. I'm not sure I've ever seen that actually in pugs before, but Rednas is a player who I think has been, I mentioned this during the draft actually, I think he's been getting stronger and stronger as he's been playing in pugs. And
especially if it comes to Rednas, it's really not about the amount of frags, he's always there, like where he should be. Like he's not this frag heavy defender, but the type of guys which you leave the base once, you never see them before you cap again. He's always there. He's trying to chase you, and you will meet him during your run like 2-3 times at least.
Well, of course he
And
will. He'll spawn in your face
exactly.
every
So
single time, guaranteed.
so I would say he's a really, really good defender, and he can work perfectly with someone like YMD or Lokis who are aim-based, frag heavy.
So I'm thinking for this team then. So we're saying should reach playoffs. We're not really sure where from there. Possibly
Exactly.
just in the quarters. So I'm thinking, should we go middle of the park? B.
Yeah, let's start
for
with
seven?
that. I mean, we can always move them up or down.
Okay, let's do it. I think that's a good placement for now.
Yeah, it's a good start in the middle.
Oh, we're so capable at this. Okay, let's move on then to aim and fire, and this is my team's first matchup tonight. So
Wow, good luck and have fun.
yeah, right. Tell me about it. I mean, it's obviously one of the best players, although fairly inactive. Disc is going to be leading their attack. They've got bounce and irony, which I think is a very solid defense. And I mean, for their prices, I think that actually could be one of the best defenses in the cup as well, depending on how well they play together. They've obviously got the Kaiser on mid, maybe offense, I'm not sure, and then Blaze, who will cover disc. Bradley as maybe like a backup flag runner.
Yeah.
Or maybe disc will cover Brad if they play together.
If they play together, I think that's better option than Bradley covering disc.
Right. It could happen. You never know.
Yeah, you never know.
Avi, who I think for 4-4-5 is actually very cheap.
Yeah.
For what he brings to the team. I think the only thing Avi lacks in sometimes is comms, but to be honest, he plays a lot higher than 4-4-5 ranking.
Yeah, I noticed he's better now in every pack than he was before, so for sure it's a steal. But like looking at his team, like from his point of view, I really feel kind of weird about it because as we said, he has one of the best himself defender. Is he like skill-wise better than Bounce or Irony? Well, I'm not so sure about that. But on the other hand, he wants to play. Definitely, everyone should play. So I'm really like curious how he himself will deal with this situation.
Well, there's only one way to find out.
Tune in tonight for Avi breaking Nin.
But yeah, like I think as well, especially with some of the comments I saw from Disc after Hodor's drama in drafting Murder and then insta dropping him. I have a feeling that Avi will also rotate this team around evenly, so we should hopefully see all 7 players getting some matches, maybe a map each on given days. We'll have to see. Oh, awesome, so thank you for the follow. I have actually sorted out the volume now, so that wasn't too excruciatingly painful on the ears, so thank you for that.
But the intriguing thing about this team is, okay, defense is solved, disc is solved, like is it going to be Blaze on middle, Kaiser on middle? Can they hang in the middle against like top middle players like Melo, Ivon? It's the only little weakness I can identify in that team. If we count out that Kaiser can't translocate, that's the only weakness they have.
Yeah, well, it's Kaiser's translocator, sure. I think there's also, Disc's inactivity. I haven't seen him pug at all. I don't know if that's just me not seeing him, but I don't think he's around that often. I think his connection is not that great as well.
Yeah.
So that's a guy who's really got to carry this team, and
well, I wouldn't say whole team. He just needs to carry the offense. If Bounce and Irony show up and they are really active, it's not like it's not like one guy needs to carry whole team situation. It's just like offense, and we know Disc really, really well. It doesn't matter his connection, inactivity. He is capable of carrying any offense against the strongest defense. So I wouldn't put that like besides him. He's well capable of doing that.
So, had a request from Sol. Can you please say Karen is Kokot
Nice.
on stream?
Nice.
There you go.
Thank you, Sol. Back to back champion, 2004, 2005, and 2006. For those who don't know.
UT champion has spoken. And we had a comment from Anzu as well saying, is Blaze this Indian guy who takes the most blatant trigger award, or is that another Blaze?
I think he's Pakistani, so you are wrong. But no, seriously, I think if we have to grade this team, I think I see them being above the Team 7.
Mm-hmm.
If Bounce and Irony are active, I really think they are a really strong team. And for me, they are like right behind the top teams.
So
I would put them A.
You think A?
Yeah.
I'm thinking.
What do you think?
I'm thinking high B.
Wow.
So
I wonder who is your A.
Well, let's go A. We'll go A for now, and then maybe we rearrange. So you think like semi-final potential for Disc's team?
Definitely, yeah.
Right.
I wouldn't put finals. Yeah, I think they can make it. From just looks of a team, I don't know how active will they be or something, but like on the list, I like their chances a lot.
And I think we should make, before we move on to the next team, special shout out to Bradley for a lot of the map making work he's been doing so far. Obviously provided Sub-Zero to us not too long ago, made a new version of Chronomize, which was Humac's original map, and has made that quite a viable, enjoyable map now, I think. And I think he's in the middle of making a third map right now as well. So
Perfect.
Yeah,
Thank you very much, Bradley.
for his contributions. And also very solid runner, I think, a very good pickup for 500 as well. So hopefully we'll get to see
Yeah,
him play.
definitely. You always know what to get from Bradley, and it's same about Avi. Blaze is the one player who you never sure. I never knew his best position. Yeah,
I think
not that he's a bad player, but like you never sure like which Blaze will show up, if he will do mid, attack, defend. I don't know. I don't know his best position, so I think he's perfect cover player.
Yeah, I think it's attack either as cover or flag runner. I played with him a lot at the LAN actually. We were in the same LAN team, if you remember, Karen.
Yeah.
In the last one in Sweden, and he was really good attacking with him. When he's on his game, he's hitting a lot of shots, and I think that will be perfect for Disc on maybe more of those flat maps as well. So yeah.
So definitely A team.
A team confirmed.
Yeah. Let's move on.
So Pete's team.
Wow, the real champion. Like nothing bad about you, Soul, or something, but nobody gives a fuck about your TDM. You fucking cunt. Here comes the real champion. The devil himself.
Where has his name come from? I've only seen it like the last couple of days spammed on.
Come on, man, like a whole Polish scene is calling him devil because Texet started on some random stream.
Right. That's all it needs for a movement.
That's his nickname. Like, it's not a coincidence that the biggest drop in rankings, player to player, was between Pete and the second best player,
right,
who was Hunter.
Yeah.
With 945, there was $55 difference between them, and it still doesn't make the justice how much better the Pete is right now than the rest.
Yeah, no, I think that's totally.
It's
totally
total
fair.
domination, and you can put him on defense, you can put him on flag running, you can put him in the middle. It's really top player.
Well, and speaking of his position, then, so I'm quite excited to watch his team play in this cup because we saw Pete pretty much only defend in the last cup. I think he
Yeah.
may have done mid or attack once, maybe in the challenger games. I'm
He,
not
he
sure.
he didn't do mid, but yeah, he attacked like when we needed some cap. We
Yep.
put him in attack and he
Sure.
kept. So
But I think in this team, I mean, I'm not seeing another flag runner in this team.
yeah,
And I
he's
know
gonna flag run.
in the prac that Bato played against his team, where he 14-1'd us on Glacier. I'm pretty sure he had something like I don't know, 20 grabs or something on that map, and he was
Yeah,
absolutely
yeah.
just rampaging through
Yeah,
our
I
team.
told him this as well, that I think that in defense and in flag running he is the best, but like middle is his only weakness. But definitely he's gonna play attack in this team. He has Bernach and Adizor in defense, who are frag heavy players. Frag heavy
Yeah.
players. Not the best comes from either of these two, but on their game it's really hard to play against them.
Yeah.
But his latest change, Andy for Gates, I think is really pushed his chances even higher.
No.
Because no, yeah, definitely. Adi has the comms. Adi knows how to play defense. He's gonna help them a lot.
But he's just missed the Bhutan, man. I mean, no gates is no win. That's pretty
Well,
clear.
yeah.
I
But
was
anyway,
so happy for Gates when he was picked, especially first fucking pick as well. You know, like he was.
Yeah, I think he never showed up for any practice, but like
Well,
I don't know.
Yeah.
The thing is, like, Pete doesn't have as strong team as last cup.
Mhm.
We know that. This is not the hyped team, but he can carry anybody, and this team will make playoffs in my opinion.
Mhm.
But I think everyone is gonna target Eddie, which is really hard for me to say, but I think it's the easiest way to beat them. Unfortunately, I think people are gonna do that because people are dicks. And even though if they don't do anything, if it's bad day for Eddie, he's gonna be like tilt anyway. So
Yeah.
let's see how this works.
I'll get my crouch key ready and just spam it in front of him. I'm sure that will get some sort of reaction. But no, I think I agree. I think like it's not as strong as last time. Pete's gonna have to carry harder than he did before. I think if Addy loses his shit on certain maps, it could be really big trouble for them.
Yeah.
And you know they've also got Oleg, so enough said.
Yeah.
You know.
I think this team will be fighting for playoff spots. I think they have chance of making them for sure. But in a group same as Team 7, I really think they are lower than Team 7.
Lower than Team 7. So we're thinking, what, you think B tier, but lower? So
B or C,
B or
somewhere
C?
there. Yeah, well, definitely below the Team 7, in my opinion.
Oof.
What do you think?
I don't think we can go as low as C for this team. They've had some strong practices already. I mean, okay, that they're definitely not as strong as Pete's team last time, but I don't think they can go to C for now. But let's see. We'll see as we play some of the other teams and go through it a bit.
Yeah, like I'm not hanging on C. That's not what's important. That's not what's important for me. I think they are weaker than Team 7. That's what I meant.
Yeah.
On paper,
I would agree. I think like if these two were to play a game, and I mean they're in the same group, I think it would be a close match for sure.
Huh?
I think that's fair. Okay, and a couple of comments from people watching as well. Humex said that Smoke and Oleg doing fuck all in mid, Pete carrying attack alone. Someone saying 4D with Pete offense. Yeah.
That's also gonna work. I mean, Pete doesn't need much help usually.
Yeah. So yeah, no, let's we'll stick them B for now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, agreed.
So before we do anything else or say anything else, I think we're in agreement, Karen, that we should ban Ice Spice from this cup.
Definitely ban
Yeah.
Ice Spice, people.
Okay. So I mean, should we just do that and move on then? Like,
Well, I would love that, but I think it's really unfair to the rest of his team.
I think that team is captained by a player who's
Who's
confirmed
fishy.
getting banned. So like, rip.
Yeah, but they don't need him. Come on.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true. Even though, okay, but in all seriousness, I think like Spice himself at the moment is in quite good form at the moment. And I've heard quite a few people commenting and saying that he's been performing well in pugs, but when it comes to cups, he hasn't been. He's been underachieving, is what I've heard so far. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I started this.
Ah, okay.
I started this roast because I want him to finally do something in the cups.
What hasn't he been doing that you would expect him to winning?
It's not about winning. Like in a cup games, usually when he was running, he was grabbing like headless chicken without like knowing where are the defenders or anything. He just touched the flag and died usually without any awareness. But when he plays pugs, he's much more calm and aware of any situation. Doesn't play like that. But this cup he's gonna play mid, I think. So let's see how that changes him. I don't consider him to be strong CTF player, like position wise, team play wise, but he's definitely capable of fragging. So let's see how that position will work for him. But I think they will have Humak in defense.
Yep.
Who, in my opinion, is one of the top players. I would rather see him on mid than in defense because it's a waste of his team play and CDF skills.
Yeah,
But
me
he
too.
has to carry the defense, I guess, in this team.
Yeah, I mean, Humak, I agree. I think Humak is wasted in defense. I mean, he's such a strong defender. That's the thing. Like, I think, especially in this team, I do think defense is probably his best position in this team. So I can totally see why Spies is putting him there. I do think he offers more as a player on mid, and the way he's defending at the moment as well, he's sort of leaning more towards like really long range sniper
Sniper
defense.
kills. Yeah,
A bit
exactly.
like sort of Jesse style, or
Breach style.
right?
Yeah.
And it works so well for him, especially against players like me because his aim is so good as well. But I just prefer to see him in that mid role a little bit more in the thick of things.
Yeah, he's really like smart thinking. He's bright, like he's adapting to situations on mid, which I think is really important for that position. I don't see that much in Ice Spice, and if they want like aim heavy defender, they can as well put Ice Spice in D.
Yep, true. And I mean, so Humak's defensive partner is probably going to be like Lemon or Anzu. So
Yes.
And Anzu, I think, is probably proving to be one of the most underrated picks in the tournament so far. At 4.55, is playing incredibly well. Maybe has certain weak maps, I would say, but most
the maps he doesn't know from UT4.
Yeah.
But other than that, I'm really impressed with him, with his comms, and basically with anybody who joined from UT4 scene. I'm really happy to see those guys like be active, and they really like help the scene a lot, like with their presence, and they are really nice guys, and they know how to play CDF, which really surprised me.
And Lemon,
so I like to see that.
Only 10 higher as well, has also been playing really well. Played against him in a couple of pugs the other day, and I mean he's just, I mean this isn't much of a benchmark, but he's destroying me at the moment. So you know,
I've heard only praise to Lemon, like because of his comms and awareness. So I'm really like looking forward to see him play, because I think I played only one pug with him or against him, and that's all.
Yeah, I guess we'll still have to wait and see what we get from both Anzu and Lemon, but both showing good potential. And you know,
Yeah,
with
definitely.
Humak as their defense partner, you know, I think that's the perfect
Yeah,
player to play with to improve through the cup as
yeah,
well.
yeah. And Humak is also a guy who will tell you like if you are not doing something right or what you can improve. So it's really good.
And then what about the offense? So assuming Spies does play mid, which I think you're right, he will. They've got Cirque and Raf probably, and then Gabriel as well.
Yeah. Well, their offense is aim heavy, frag heavy player on the Rafsio. Great timer and team player in Gabriel.
Yeah.
And Cirque, who I respect a lot, I think is underrated. I think his team play and CTF skills are really good. And he could be the difference maker in this team.
Yeah,
So
I think Cirque.
I think their attack is quite okay. Like I just wonder how they will work together. I don't think they are the most active players, Rafsio and Cirque. So I'm really wondering like how will that work?
Yeah, Raf hasn't been pugging much. I think ever since the first cup started, actually. So like the last 4 to 5 months, I haven't seen him around very much at all. Cirque, I haven't seen since the first cup ended. Gabriel's been active, of course, which is great to see. So yeah, activity could hurt them a little bit on their offense, but I mean overall for me, I think this is an A-tier team. I think they will make the playoffs.
You think they are A-tier team?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I think they'll make the playoffs quite easily.
You think they are better than Cartman, YMD, Loki's, Rednas, Playful, Maha, and Sandwich?
Yeah, I think with how underrated Anzu and Lemon are defending with Humak, Spies
Okay.
with attack, I think I think they're going to go quite far. I think Spies has picked a good team around him, and I think they'll get out of the group quite easily.
Okay. I wouldn't put them higher than B.
Okay, so we're teetering between what, low A and high B at the moment.
Okay. Something like that. Drop it somewhere.
Drop it somewhere. Somewhere. Okay, we'll go high B for now. I don't want to overstack A and S at the moment.
Okay.
Comments from people at the moment. Let's see. What have we got? Gabriel will spend 20 minutes in mid chasing players with his trans. Okay, so okay. Oleg thinks A tier, but that pretty much confirms they should be B in that case because no one gives a fuck about Oleg's opinion. This is quite fun, trolling Oleg on stream. I think we should do this more frequently.
Like he's the guy who doesn't need any trolling. He's trolling himself every time he plays. So, why to waste the time?
Yeah. And
hello,
Anzu,
Oleg.
Playful saying Anzu underrated as fuck as well.
Yeah, I believe so.
So we'll go high B for now, and let's see as we carry on. So Zan, Rocky's team.
Okay, there is no debate about this. I'm not having it. This is the first S team we have, and there is no way around. Like this team is stacked as fuck. Let's be fucking honest. Like the top 5 players in Melo, Fakey, Bad Shooter, Bio, and I don't think Firebird will be needed in defense. Rocky or Silo, with that 4, that's S tier team for me for sure. Yep. You have Bad Shooter, Bio defending with Melo. Like we know his style of play. It's really defensive, shutting down the enemy attackers, and you have Fakey in attack. I think really this is a strong team. I don't think there will be like wrecking oppositions like 14-1 or something like that. I don't really think that, because I think they have a little bit of weak spot in the second attacker playing with Fakey. But I think they can win against anybody 1-0, 2-1, something like that. Yep. I really don't see them losing many games or maps, and it doesn't matter which map you put on.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. I think like I see it being a low scoring team. Like they'll take the lead and then they'll hold on to it.
Yeah,
I think with their players, and sort of slowly maybe increase the scoreline as they go throughout the map. I think that's just sort of the way Mello and both Fakey play a little bit.
Exactly.
Bad shooter and Bio, very solid defense. I think they'll both defend, and then like you said, maybe they'll have a few challenges just in who is assisting Fakey up front. But I completely agree. I think this is an instant S tier team, and I mean, you know, we've got 3 players 850 or above in this team.
Yeah.
And I'm just, you know, I can't help but draw comparisons to the team on the right next to it. I mean, it's just something. Yeah, it's. I agree.
Okay, let's put them in a tier S without any hesitation, and let's move on to the fun part of this video.
Wait. Yeah, well, you know, for the benefit of comparison, I think we should put Bato up in S as well, you know, so we can easily just draw comparisons between the
two. Okay. I mean, Light is really amazing player, and still, even with this ranking, he's underestimated. Still, I think.
Yeah.
But no, he can't carry this load.
What do you mean? What are you talking about, man?
I'm talking about the combination of Itai and Nin and Nudla in the same fucking team, possibly in the same fucking 5. Like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah,
that's not gonna gel. And if it does, well done and good for you. But like, this is really the most random team I have seen in any draft in recent fucking years. Like, I don't see any pattern of picking there. Like, I don't think they are friends. I don't think they like to play each other. And I don't think they are the strongest team. So I think this is a really random team.
Yeah, but you know, it's yeah, to be honest, I don't think anything more needs to be said about Bato. It's just like, yeah, I think Vader. I was quite surprised when he picked me first. Because I mean, first thing I would say, I think both Vader and myself are probably priced a bit too high in this cup. Actually,
I don't know. Like, I think Vader is definitely 700, and you, with proper like cover, you are definitely 800 attacker. There are not many better runners than you are.
Very map and team dependent though, I think, like you say. And I mean, I'm surprised that, you know, Vader's a bit more expensive than Hodor as well. Like, I think there was, I don't know, I found the pricings there a little bit odd. Itai is as far as I understand, playing from Greece at the moment. Light is, you know, as you know from playing in B2B last cup, Karen at any point could just be in a ditch, surrounded by alcohol. So
come on, don't say that. He always show up, except for one challenger mode. But like, he can't be arsed to play challenger game. It's fucking Light.
Well, he can't. He's not even allowed in this tournament because he's
you're lucky for that.
So
no, but seriously, this team is not really that bad as we are making it. Like, but compared to the rest of here, no, it's
no. I think. I mean, one thing I'm really excited. I mean, we've played with Senator a little bit in a few pracs, and comms really lacking from this guy, but he seems to be around talking on the Discord, and is hitting a crazy amount, to be honest, I think, and I hope he continues to play in prac because I think he could develop into quite a good player. And we recently picked up Creek for Lolzor as well, and Creek, I think, despite his ping, is actually hitting a surprising amount as well in pugs. So we'll have to wait and see how it goes, but I think I agree with you generally, Karen. This is just like a bit of a mishmash.
Like,
team.
I wouldn't say that they are bad players. I just don't think there is any pattern, or I wouldn't call this a team. Like, it's a list of good players.
Okay.
And yeah, I don't know how Itai will play, but like, position wise, like, you and Light in attack, perfect. yeah, that's settled. That can do a lot of damage to whatever defense. Vader ITID, well, will they play together? How that will look? How it will work? Nudla on mid. Nudla hasn't been most active guy lately. He dropped some levels.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. And he's
yeah.
got some really weird work schedule at the moment, so he's really not
Oh,
active
okay.
either at the moment.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
I know he's not active at all.
yeah. So, yeah, probably we'll go D. I'm thinking
Wow.
for the
Wow.
battle. I just I honestly, I mean, maybe we could go C, maybe, but
Maybe.
if
But
if we're
even
looking at the group, it's
yeah,
it's a D.
yeah, okay. Even the clan name deserves D. So let's move on.
Okay, I'm just reading through again some of the comments as well. Mostly people just lolling and laughing around. Don't see anyone disagreeing with what we're saying at all. Yeah, okay, let's move on. The Djibouti hookers. What the hell is that?
Djibouti hookers, man. That's the city in Somalia or somewhere where Sejuro is right now
Okay,
in Africa.
okay.
And yeah, this team, wow, this team looks really strong on paper. I think this is really one of the strongest teams from looks of it. Like, if Mighty is going to be active and JV with his current performances, like they are really strong defense. Ivan on mid, like it's a veteran, we know what to expect from him.
Mhm.
But the question comes and falls everything with attack. Like, who's gonna accompany Soul to the greatness or to the Doomsell? Is it Talia? Is it Sejuro? Is it Same? We will see. But that's the only weakness I see in this team.
Yeah, I mean, kind of similar to what we said about Zan as well. Like, who's going to partner Fakey up front? I guess it's the same for UT champion, right?
Yeah, you can say that, but in my opinion, right now, Melo is better than Ivan. Fake is definitely better than Soul. So, yeah, position-wise or problem-wise, they have similar problems, but they are not the same level.
I'm receiving a lot of abuse at the moment for my pronunciation or failed pronunciation of Djibouti at the moment, and I've not actually heard of that country before. So there you can reference my.
Djibouti is not a country; it's a city. Somalia is a country.
Humak says it's a
And
country. You
Djibouti.
idiots.
What?
Humak says it's a country. You idiots.
Really?
Really?
Wow. Oh, maybe he Googled it. Who knows?
So this stream will not be remembered for any of the content or the ranking, but it's going to be remembered for our ability to understand African countries. So
Perfect.
it's a fucking country,
Anyway.
you dumb idiot.
Anyway, the thing with this team is Ivan on mid. Like, I played with him a lot. I think he can be a little bit impatient with his attack.
Mhm.
He's not like Melo, who is like much more defense oriented. Ivan he wants some action and he wants to help his attack a lot, and that may leave some holes in the defense. But as I said, Mighty and JV is really strong defense, so we will see how they perform. But for me, this team is a A category team.
So yeah, I'm not sure. I
Mhm.
think so for me, Mighty seems to be in good form at the moment. JV, I think, is really solid player. It's not the strongest defense that I'm seeing in all these teams, but with I1 on mid, I think I agree it's going to be really hard to break that down. I'm seeing quite low scoring games from this team. I think depends how Soul plays. I think they'll make playoffs, but I'm not thinking A. Again, I'm thinking more in the middle at the moment.
Okay.
has Tauji been playing at all? I've not really seen him.
Not much since the last cup where he was banned when he chickened out of captaincy. So
Yeah.
let's see how he will do in this one.
I think had he been priced over, the 600 barrier, he might have done the same thing this time. But
No, the last time he just wanted to be a captain and first pick Melo, and he didn't like calculate that it doesn't matter if he is 450 or 550, he wouldn't get Melo anyway. So they came up with Shua. So let's forget about that. That's not really important. I don't think he would not play no matter his rating this time because it wasn't his plan to be a captain and play the team.
comment from Melga12. This team is A borderline S. You crazy? Okay. So what do you think? If you compared to Disc's team, where do you think they would finish?
They are behind Disc.
Behind Disc.
Behind, yeah. I think this team is overall better, like balanced.
Don't forget, Sajuro is going to Internet Cafe for Well, I heard actually that Sajuro is like moving back to France to play like maybe later in the tournament or something as well. I don't know if that
Yeah,
was
you
just
don't know. I think
troll.
it's just a stupid joke made by them to like tilt people or something.
Could be. And what about this Reese player?
Well, Reese is an old school player. I remember him a lot being really good in Division 2.
Mhm.
He played in EC and he used to be a really good player. So I'm really like looking forward to see how he will perform because he's not a newcomer. He just wasn't around for like 7 years or something.
Does he go by any other names?
Yeah, same.
Oh, Simon. Is it?
EM and yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I do remember that.
Do you
guy
remember
from
him? Yeah,
ages
he
ago.
was really a good player
Mhm.
in Division 2. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to see how he will perform.
Do you think I1 will balance the team? Like, will he play everyone equally?
I don't think so. I don't think that's Ivan's. I think Ivan is a winner. He likes to win, so he has challenger games to let everyone play.
Mhm.
If he sees one of the three, like Talia, Sejuro, or Raisa, is weaker than the other, they won't play. And to be honest, I think even Sejuro, if he has a bad ping, he's always like, "Come on, let other play," or something like that. So
Mhm.
we will see.
Okay. I mean, I've got to say myself, I think I hate to say it because this team is called Ban I Spies, but I think I can't see this team being above Spies team personally. But maybe
Well,
we adjust.
Yeah, maybe like I think Sol is really underrated. He shouldn't be 760. He's definitely 800 player, and yeah, I
Well,
think they are better than Ice Spice team. But like, is the predictions we will see.
finalists in the last cup as well.
Yeah,
So,
definitely. And like in Ivon and Mighty, like people on stream say that Ivon will defend with JV. Like they have really similar style of play, so I don't think that makes that much difference. You have seasoned like champions in Ivon and Mighty, so I really have like high hopes for this team, and I think they can do really well.
there's only one season champion in this team, and that's Sol Karen.
Yeah, well, that's true. And he's not one season champion; he's 3 seasons in a row, back to back to back to back.
I mean, one final parting comment I would say about this team as well is like, I think JV and Mighty might struggle against like teams that attack with a lot of pace, like a lot of
Mhm.
energy, because they might get left behind. Like they're not the fastest defenders in the world, I would say.
Mhm.
But again, with the I1 mid, I guess it's going to be really hard to break down. But I think they might struggle in that regard. Okay, shall we?
Let's move on.
The time has come for the Anzi.
Oh my God, the only team to have above 900 players.
Yeah.
What we can say about this team? Like, it's broken. It's fucking broken. Like when I was doing the teams breakdowns, like I wrote a lot about defenses being strong because, as we know, for years we have much more defenders than attackers, and it's I would say a little bit easier to defend than to attack.
Yeah.
Usually, every like list of players is Like they are much more better defenders than attackers. But when I came to this team and I realized like Lockpick and Hugo can defend together, I was like, holy fucking shit.
Yeah. It's insane.
Like what the fuck? like I don't think they will defend together at all. I don't think that, but like if they decide for some maps in some playoff match or something, like that's gonna be terrible. Like no one is getting past them.
Like the thing is that they can be flexible as well, right? So Yugo's mid or D, but usually defense, and Lockpick can play anywhere. So you almost get the feeling like, well, they might start with Lockpick and attack, and when they get a couple of caps, maybe they'll just put him back to D. You know, just have the wall of defense. I mean, honestly, I can't really see a team with Lockpick doing that. Lockpick's very offensively minded, I think. When he plays the game, I think Kimmer made a comment yesterday that he thinks Lockpick's a bit too like kind of a player.
He's not back shooting or chasing people to the base. Yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna play like the cup games like he would a pug.
Yeah.
And that's just, you know,
yeah,
attack.
basically that's why I always thought like his best position is D, not because he does the rest worse, but just like because of his play style. He like some of the players have like, you know, cup mode of playing like a dick, and some of the players are playing like a dick all the time. Shout out to Crazy. But Lockpick is never like that, and it doesn't matter if it's a cup game or pug, he's always playing to enjoy the game.
Yeah.
So that's why, for me, his best position is defense. But in this team, I wouldn't put him in defense at all, because you have Hugo there, and the second partner is really, it could be Pika or Ravi, and they are both like seasoned veterans who know what to do. And I think actually Ravi with his rocket launcher and shock and flak cannon could really work with Hugo's sniper. But in my opinion, I wouldn't put Hugo and Pika together, because they have similar aim style of defending from far. Pika is not the fastest, Hugo is not the fastest either. But that's just like my opinion.
Yeah, it's a bit of a dilemma, isn't it? Because I think at the moment, you know, Pika obviously has 9 ping, and he's I think at the moment, you know, he's more active and he's much more. I think he's a more skilled player right now. So
definitely, I totally agree with you.
You'd think, you know, you have to put Yugo and Pika together, but I also agree that you're right. Like Ravji's playstyle complements Yugo's a lot better than Pika's does.
Even the comms. But the one thing which occurred to me, you can have Pika and Ravia defending and Hugo really defensive mid.
Right.
If, for example, Sven or Klinik have ping problems or something like that.
Yeah, I think there's good flexibility in this team. You know, with Lockpick can play anywhere as well. I mean, Piku even sometimes does his thing in attack, and we don't really need to go into any details about what his thing in attack actually is. But you know, he's willing. He's always willing. Ravji can attack. And then there's also Peyton as well. Man Prateman, who I saw play a pug maybe like a month ago or a bit less than that, and I thought he played very well, had very good communications and team play, so pretty good pickup, I would say, for 3-4-5.
Yep, yeah, definitely. And like this team can go really far. It all depends where Lockpick will put himself. I don't really see weakness in this team. Klinik and Sven on their day, they can be really good attack. So let's see how this goes. Like I really think they are a tier A team, strong team, and I expect for them to reach playoffs without any problems.
What do you think in comparison to Rocky's team?
No, I don't think they are S tier team.
You don't think
right now?
You don't think Lockpick and Yugo in the same team as S tier?
Well, they are strong, these two, but I don't know. I don't feel this, looking at this team and the lineup, like I wouldn't put them as in S category, because I don't know what to expect from that attack. Klinik could have some ping problems. Sven hasn't been active lately, and if you put Lockpick in attack, who's gonna do the mid? I really think they are strong tier A team. That's my opinion. I would put them behind Aim and Fire, but before Djibouti. That's where I see them.
You put
I
them
think
even
this
behind
team,
Discs?
yeah, I think this team will be before them in this group. They are in the same group, so we will see.
Okay, for now, I'm gonna negotiate with you. So we're not gonna put it in S, but I think they've got to go above Aim and Fire personally.
Yeah. Okay.
So we'll keep them here for now.
Yeah.
And see.
Okay.
And just going through some of the comments here as well. Peyton is going to carry this team to S tier, says Human. Yugo Pika easy. Sojuro's seems to be flaming me about my pronunciation of Djibouti still, so that's much appreciated. Awesome. Okay, so yeah, and I'd be keen to see other people's opinions of where we should be placing some of these teams if we've got this wrong. I think we've already got a couple of these wrong personally, but let's carry on and see where we place the others. Okay, no name.
We don't have a fucking name.
The first comment I'll make about this team is that to me this looks like pretty much a replica of Odd's team in the last cup. You know, Breach and Crazy in the same team. Parafan, very similar player to Odd
Yes.
at the moment in terms of position, skill, ability, activity. And then, you know, Ace and Jesse instead of, I think if it was Sven and Nudler. So I think this is a really similar team already in the makeup of it. And, you know, that team somehow, surprisingly, didn't make the playoffs in the last cup.
Yeah, I know.
What do you think about this team this time?
I'm really not sure like where to put them really. Yeah, I don't know what to expect. I think they can only surprise because the bases are covered there, the frags are there for this team. Most of them are really seasoned players who know what they are doing. But for some reason, like I don't see them being that strong. I don't know why, it's just my gut, but I think they are lacking something. Like if you put Breach and Parafan in defense, it would be great defensive partnership, but who's gonna run the middle? If you put Breach and Jesse together in D, it's really a similar style of playing to Pika and Hugo.
Yeah. I mean, I think you would have to have Breach, Parafan defense and probably Ace mid is my sense, and then you'd have Crazy and I mean Maharaja said Crazy and Gek attacking together. They'd frag their way in and out.
Okay, but Gek hasn't been active lately. He's not the player he used to be like before.
Right.
In my opinion. Crazy, is he capable of carrying the offense himself? I don't know. He will spend half of the time fucking following enemy attackers in his own base because he's a dick. Well, let's see. Maybe if you have Crazy in mid, but I don't know. I think this team is a tier C team.
Our first C, yeah, I think I would agree with that at the moment. Yeah, it lacks a bit of depth, right? Like I think strong defense, everything else is gonna struggle a little bit. But I think, like you said, it's a team that could surprise us actually. You know, Crazy on his day is just destroying everything if he's focused on attack. You know, he can frag a hell of a lot if he focuses it in the right areas. You know, really good attacker. And back in the day when he was playing for, was it D? I think DE.
DE and OG are his teams.
You know, he was consistent like Div 1 attacker, and
he was Euro Cup level attacker, and he still can be like, but his ping is fucking him over.
True. Yeah.
But his skill set or playing style he's the opposite of Lockpick. It's not fun to play against him or something. He's coming to win. He's gonna chase you and he's gonna kill you. And he would say, it's normal. I've been playing like this all my fucking life. What do you want, guys? Ban me. You are not Ice Spice. No one is banning you.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. a player we haven't mentioned really much so far, I guess, is Jesse. Jesse, in my opinion, is a very good player. I think actually maybe could be a bit higher than 670 even. And sort of all-rounder, I think. Can play defense, can play attack. He'll probably attack with Crazy
agreed.
or get Quill, one of those two. Maybe he'll defend with Breach or Parafan, possibly. You know, they could push Breach to mid. That might actually be their solution, you know. Like, if they need a mid player, they could have Jesse Parafan defense, Breach mid. That could actually
Well, I'm
work.
not sure about that. Like, if Breach would like to play mid, or how would he fit there?
Yeah, I don't know.
I think definitely it's Breach defense, and he's gonna carry his defense. Like, only one in that team playing like mid is Parafan or Ace, but Ace has been attacking lately, so I think it will be Parafan.
Okay. So happy with the C placement for now. Again, just reading through some of these comments. Haven't really seen too much. Someone said that Bato should be C instead of D. That's debatable.
Somebody likes your team.
Yeah, still one
You,
person.
you you can switch your place with Nin if you want.
Yeah, I'll just my role in this cup will just be to shit talk and stream. I'll take that.
Yeah, it was Humak. It was Bato team who lost 14-1 on Glacier. So yeah, I think C suits perfectly for this team. I think we can move on.
Fakey says, just joined. How is my cripple team ST? Itai, God of UT. True.
Who is Melgat12, by the way?
I don't know actually. Announce yourself, Malga. Who are you? Oh, Mello. Okay. There you go.
Ah, okay.
God of Walls.
Okay.
Okay. So, Hungarian slaves. Oh, actually, hold on.
Okay.
Before we jump onto these guys, JD. Do you know anything about JD from Canada? 270.
I don't know. That guy. I've seen the draft stream the day after we did the pickings. Man, he was so happy in the chat comments, like he got picked. I felt so bad,
bit
but
like
like,
murder.
yeah. I don't think Hector did anything against rules or something. It's just like people are always gonna bitch about something. What I was saying is we should like concentrate to the next cup. Maybe make a reason to trade people, not just like it's a draft cup. You can trade whoever. I think you should be able to just trade people who are inactive.
Yeah.
And that's all.
Agreed. I agree.
But I hate the backlash Hector received, because it's been done in cups before. It has been done in every fucking cup. So let's just think about the future and don't like blame him now.
Someone's saying JD great Insta player, could aim. Fakey saying no Bato, no fun. I guess he means Batonics.
Yeah.
As opposed to
Yeah. I miss him here also as well. I would like to say that he's overpriced, whatever price he would get. But yeah, unfortunately.
Hector's team.
Wow, this one is for me the favorite team to win the whole tournament. I think whoever can see their lineup, there is no reasoning behind that needed. Like, it's obvious. Like, this is the strongest team on paper. I think if you have motivated and Alex, if you have motivated Alex who is enjoying his game, it's really hard to stop him. And if you have Texet and YesLifer in your team, I think Alex will enjoy all his games. And you can see in about like 3 hours how he will destroy our team. So tune in. This team is S, and for me they are the strongest team in this cup. And I don't see any weakness in this team. And as we discussed, I think Hodor is a little bit underrated. I think Vipers has gotten better and better every fucking puck he plays. They have Flo, who I didn't know before, but he's also really a decent player. So yeah, let's see how they play. I don't know if Lamer will be that active, but this team is scary. I mean, this team is fucking scary.
And just looking at this, like, I think something we said earlier about Zan was that they were the only team that had like 3 players over 850, but I guess we can absolutely say the same for this team as well. So we got YesLife for 860, Texit 870, and then Alex 925, and that is a scary, you know, core three, I guess you could say. You know, you've got your Alex attack, Texit defense, and YesLife in mid, and everyone else will slot in between.
Yeah, man. I mean, I've played with the YesLife for last cup, but it's like you can pick up the flag and just like walk from their base to your base, and like, and yeah, he's a machine on mid. He's fragging machine, and yeah, I don't know what else to say. This team is really, really strong.
Imagine Texit getting 80 frags and still letting enemy cap 3 times.
Well, that's nothing to imagine. You can see that every game he plays.
Yeah. But it was so awesome playing with Texit in the last cup. Like, you know, just is the amount of shit that comes out of his mouth in a good way. But like when we played November, that guy was just a fucking turret on Pulse, just looking out the sniper window on Pulse, sniping the whole game, cratering me on the stairs. You know, yeah, Texit and deep on voice as well. Humak, it was awesome. And yeah, this team
I still can't believe your team didn't make finals. Like, I was so surprised. It was such a stuck team.
Yeah, well, a certain player didn't want us to make it out of
the certain player is Texit.
Yeah.
Hello, Texit.
So there ended the dreams.
Man, imagine him like stopping Alex from capping or something in some overtime. Like Alex did like 35 grabs, really hard job, like for like 30 minutes. And here comes Texit and boosts him to some fucking slime or something. That would be epic.
Yeah.
Yep.
I love reliving those moments again. I mean, a bit more about this team as well. I mean, Hodor, like I mentioned earlier, I think 680, ridiculously cheap player. And I mean that in all contexts of the word cheap. Maybe that's why they call themselves the Hungarian slaves. I don't know. But, you know, like this guy, he should be more than 680. He should be ranked higher than Vader, I think, at 700. Yeah. Sorry, Vader. I think it's a no-brainer though. And
Vader, you are amazing captain, and you did great job picking your team. But Hodor should be ranked above you. That's what we are saying.
And you know, this guy's got crazy good aim lately, and you know, him defending with Texit. I mean, maybe neither of them are the fastest defenders in the world. So I mean, you could maybe similar to Mighty and JV in defense. You might be able to rush out of their base a bit with that defense. But they're going to be hitting so much and killing so much together that's going to be near impossible.
Yeah, I don't really think that's really relevant in this team. If you have YesLifer in mid and Alex, we know really well. He himself is shutting down enemy attackers or offense when he wants. So yeah, I don't really see a weakness, even though their defense might not be the fastest or something. They are the team who will come to win, and yeah, they will clean every team, in my opinion. Most of the teams for sure, easily.
And then, you know, Viper's impressed in the last cup as well. I think he was in your team as well, Karen.
Yeah. I'm really impressed with him. Like, when he joined, like, the first Bratzy, he didn't have bind translocator. He was running around the map with Enforcer because he's not used to picking up the weapons. But he's so much better right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this team is...
And
yeah.
Yeah, Lamer, decent pickup. Shame about Murder again. Even Kimmo renamed his UT name to Justice for Murder, I think. So that will be going around for a while, I'm sure. But Lamer, I think, you know, good pickup. I haven't seen him play at all lately, but
yeah, Robert was always like a really good player, good attacker with comms, and yeah. Like, whenever they need him, if he will show up, he will play the challenger games and win. But I mean, as we can see from Hodor's action, like 1 hour after the draft, I don't think this is the team who will play like 6 best players or something. They will go for win every game. I don't expect them to rotate anything.
Yeah, I think you're right, actually. I mean, maybe Flow and Vipers,
I don't blame them. This team is going to win, so
maybe Flow and Vipers will change every now and then. Like, Flow has shown himself to be a really good pickup, I think. And maybe, you know, there'll be some maps that Vipers isn't familiar with, doesn't want to play, maybe vice versa for Flow. So I can see them changing those two around a bit, but that's about it. We've had a donation from iSpies, Justice for Murder. Thank you, iSpies, for the donation. And by the way, with the draft stream earlier, and as far as I know, most of the other streams going on in this cup, at least certainly for this one, all of the donations are going to be going into the prize pool at the end, or in some fashion towards the UT community in some way. So
yeah, that's really nice. Also, guys, quick reminder: PM your predictions to Humak before the first games today, so he can put you in a predictions table, in a predictions pool. So don't forget to PM Humak, guys, about the games.
iSpies, I'm son of Djibouti warriors.
Well, yeah. Let's move on.
Yeah, let's move on. Okay. So 2 more teams left, and obviously we have the best till last, Karen. So
perfect.
I'm looking forward to that one. But Hunter and Nabs, and I think they've got some longer team name. I don't know, but what about this team?
Well, as I wrote in my team's predictions, I think this is a nice team to play in. I really like these players, their mojo. I think they are used to each other. Spirit and Hunter were together in 2 or 3 draft cups. Like, they always end up together. Balls, Naps, XY, Flag Bunny, Puppet, they are all CTF players. I really like this team. What we can say about them? They have all bases covered with Hunter in D, one of the best defenders in the game, not been the most active lately. When he's active, the best defender we have right now.
Yep.
Let's see if he comes to that shape, because he has some struggles with his schedule. Then you have Balls, I guess, probably playing on mid. It's either him or Nabs, I would say. And XY in attack, he's a clever guy. He knows how to play CTF, he knows how to attack. He just needs strong fragging cover with him. And either Balls or Nabs are really capable of providing that. Puppet and Spirit, I see switching the places in defense with Hunter, playing with him. And Flag Bunny, when I looked at the list of players and rankings, I honestly thought Flag Bunny is the most underrated guy on the list. His abilities are much higher than 535, but I haven't seen him play for a long time. So let's see.
It's funny looking at this team, actually, for me, because both XY and Flag Bunny were players that Vader and I were planning to pick up, and I think Pup picked 1 or 2 teams before us in each of those rounds, and took both XY and Flag Bunny when we were going to. And I think that they're 2 really good pickups as well. Like, Flag Bunny, I haven't seen him play much at all, but I think he, despite I think he didn't go very far in the last cup in his team, but I think he was still playing well. And especially at LAN as well, Flag Bunny is always really good at LAN somehow. Yeah. And XY, I think one of the best team playing attackers in the game right now. So, you know, looking at that top 5, I think it's a really solid team. But yeah, it lacks a bit of depth again, I think.
Yep, and I don't think they are their attack will be that strong against some heavy defending team. I don't think they are capable of shooting their way out of enemy base if it's huge fallback, or for example, if they play against Ivon Mighty JV, I don't see Balls, XY and Naps capping a lot against these kind of defenses. But we will see.
Yeah, I mean, Nabs not the most active player right now. I mean, I really enjoy attacking with Nabs. I think he's a great cover player when he's able to focus those frags in the right places. I think he needs an attacker that grabs a lot to sort of get him to focus on the right place to frag people. And if XY...
And Vil can provide that.
Sorry?
Bill can provide
Yeah.
that.
Exactly. I think if he grabs frequently, I think like him and Nab's attack would be a pretty good partnership. You know, balls I think should be mid for this team, and I would expect Flak Bunny, Pup, and Spirit, one of those 3 players, to defend with Hunter. Personally,
Yeah,
that would
yeah,
be.
totally agree with you.
And most people saying at the moment C, C or D, low C.
I was
So-
thinking C for myself. I don't know about you.
So, yeah, I think I'd agree with that. Do you think, yeah, about the same as like Parafan's team in that regard? They both have potential, but they're gonna have to fight for the playoff spot, I think.
Yeah,
Quite hard.
but if you look at these teams, like one thing we didn't mention at all, like Hunter and Nab's team, I think has much better challenger team than we don't have a fucking name.
Yeah, I agree.
Just on the basis that Spirit and Puppet and Flak Bunny, they are all reliable, good players and they know what to do.
Mhm.
But I don't know what to expect from JD. So just on that base, maybe this is the spot where challenger games will decide positions.
Yeah, and you know it's quite cool they're in the same group as well. I think it will be a
Yeah,
good game.
yeah, they're yeah.
In terms of the first team. So okay, we'll stick him there for now. And then we save the best till last, Karen.
Yeah, the best
Take-
team there is.
Take the floor,
Like,
please.
wow, what is this team? This is straight S team. No, seriously, these teams go to D. We don't have to talk about it more than that. I think I picked guys I like to play with, but they're a fucking bunch of emos and having kids and stuff like that, so we don't play at all. But never mind, we're still gonna have fun. No, seriously, I think we are tier D. I think we can only surprise. Nobody expects anything from us. I don't think even we expect anything from us. But like, we will see. I mean, my hopes are all lying on Bio, but he's not active at all. So we will see how this one goes. I think my defense is pretty okay with Devereaux, Tommy, and Kimo playing mid is actually really good. But our attack, I don't know, man. I don't know.
I had the honor of playing 3 pugs in a row with Kimo yesterday, where he was mid, covering me each time, and it was frankly one of the most horrible experiences I've had to endure over the last couple of months. But he's, you know, clearly doesn't want to defend in this cup, and I think he mentioned it's because he's bored of playing defense more than anything.
Yeah. Same as Tommy. Like, I picked 2 defenders. None of them wants to defend. None of them is really active. Kibo at least played pugs yesterday, but before that it was horrible. Bio and Tommy have played 1 game since the last cup. So yeah, what can I say about my team?
So who's actually defending with Devereaux then?
It's Floppy or Tommy.
Okay. That's
I haven't seen Flask, so we will see. I hope he comes for challenger games.
Yeah, I mean Flask. For me, reliable. I think if you just have to message him, and get him to sign to a game, and he'll turn up. So I think you'll be fine.
Yep.
There, and
Yeah,
I
I
think
mean-
one of the best pickups as well for 360.
Yeah. I was going for him from beginning. I really like the player. I really like my team. Like, I don't really care. Like, if we are tier D or tier S, it really doesn't matter. I just wanted to have some fun this cup, and I think I went for it, and everyone can see it. Like, I made myself promise to not pick anyone from the last winning cup. I had chances to get Yes Lifer or anybody else. I didn't pick any of them.
Yeah, you
So-
took Mermaid instead.
Yep. Let's see how this goes. I think, yeah, we just want to enjoy our games. I don't think we really care about the results. But yeah, I think yeah, everyone in our teams knows the reality. I don't think we are gonna win. So if we make playoffs, it will be just a big surprise. So tier D definitely.
Yeah, and like it's quite interesting just looking at how we've positioned the teams so far. We have pretty clear teams that we think are going to make the playoffs, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we've got top four from Group A and Group B right there. And I think, yeah, like looking at this, I think, you know, our game versus yours is going to be fucking hilarious.
Retards against retards.
Yeah, on on Terra as well. I can't wait for that to play out. And I think like the C tier game will be really close as well. And yeah, I think in terms of the top four from each group, I think we've got this right. At the moment, and
yeah, well, I think for me the top two teams are obvious, and the two weakest teams are also obvious, and the rest it can goes anyway. It really can go anyway. I wouldn't put playoffs like, I mean, even Hunter and even Puppet Master's team and Parafan's team can make it. It's just about like how the teams will gel. But for me, when I looked at these teams, I immediately saw the two strongest and two weakest teams, as we can see on this tier list. And the rest is just like based on opinions. Everyone's shouting this and that, but like I think it's really open, and we will see how it goes. Group wise, it's hard to say which group is harder. Like I would say the group B has two weakest teams as we think.
Yep.
But the other four are really strong.
Yeah.
So it might look like the group B is weaker, but these top four teams will be really hard for anybody in group A to beat. And group A may be more balanced with not so obvious weaknesses. So let's see how this will all turn out to be.
Do you think the draft went better or worse this time than last time, like in terms of the overall team balance?
I think better. I don't think there is anyone on this list who will come up 1 month later. Oh yeah, it's Jorel or something like that. And I don't mean it as a dig to Israeli team. I just mean in general. Like everyone signed up here is actually quite active, except for JD, I would say. Like we know the players' skills, we know their names. There is no one like fake nicking. So in this regard, I would definitely say it's better. And last draft, I mean, it was obvious that one team was stronger than the others. It was about who will be the second team fighting them in finals.
Yeah.
And this time, I think we have two stronger teams. Or for me, definitely Hodor's team is the strongest. But it's not like they are gonna roll over everybody else that easily. I think there are 3 other strong teams, 3 or 4. So in my opinion, it went better than the last draft, but the last draft had really high standards.
Yeah,
as well.
I mean, I think in the last cup we saw, and I don't think this is a bad thing per se, and I mean even I did it with my team a fair bit, but we saw a lot of the same players playing all the time. So we saw the top 5 players in week out. Occasionally you'd see another player subbed in for another one, but my hope is that and just looking at that the balance of the players, I think we are going to see all 7 players playing a little bit more.
Well, that's the one thing I hope for, because last time I had a blast being in a team which played every player every game. It was amazing, and I hope more teams will do that, because at the end of the day we are playing to have fun, and some people may take it more like competitive than others, but it's up to them to play for win when you are playing, but not like bench somebody or not give him a chance to play at all. For this thing, I would like to give shout out to Pete, who he had stacked team, but nonetheless he let everyone play, and it doesn't matter if it was finals, semifinals. There were cases where like some players from our team were like, we don't want to play finals, we think we're gonna like fuck it up for you or something like that. But Pete was not having it. He said like, no, everyone is going to play, and I would like to encourage every other captains to do so as well.
Yeah, that's a nice message, and you know, Skip said something similar at the end of the last cup as well, about how Pete had captained his team. So I totally agree. Fingers crossed we'll see it across more of the teams as well.
And there comes the most important question from Yessi: who takes number one place for most handsome player? Though it's definitely not you. It's definitely not you. You are too narcissistic about it. Yes, Lifer, you are mediocre looking. Your team is tier S, but your looks are like tier B. Okay, thank you.
It was Yes Brad who said that, so that might be Bradley instead of Yes Lifer. But
No.
You can throw as much shit as you want at Yes Lifer. You know, that's all good on my stream. You know, no problems whatsoever. We had a comment from Mello, so he thinks I1, Rocky, and Lockpick are S tier. So we've got I1 too far down and Lockpick too far down. According to Mello, Pup, Disc, Hector A, Spies, Maharaja Pete B, Parafan Vader C, Corny D. So we got you placed correctly, at least. That's what matters.
It's really like opinion based. We will see how it goes in the end. I think most of the people would agree that Hodor's team is the strongest.
Yeah.
Except for Mello, who is in that team, who's saying his team is not strongest, but like, what the fuck is that? It's obvious. Who are you shitting?
Taking a final look then at where we positioned the teams, Karam, are you happy with this? Anything that you think we should switch around or move? I mean, I'm quite liking the balance of where we got the teams.
Like as I said, it's just predictions. There is nothing I would scream for. For me, like the middle is really debatable. You can put some up, some lower, but I think the two weakest teams and two strongest for me are these. So
I mean,
if you want to shuffle anything, I wouldn't argue, but like
I'm debating this, so I'm thinking we shift Lockpick up and Spies up like that, so we end up with this shape. To me, that's looking more like, I think these three are quite well balanced. I think these three are, like, to me this is like the better shape, but you know, we've sort of settled on this one, which I think also works. So apart from that, I think we've got everything pretty much spot on, personally. But
yeah, I think it's debatable. Like, I don't have any problem with putting Lockpick's team that high, but like, Sven hasn't been active from last cup at all. Clinic wasn't active as much as well, so who's gonna run that attack? It's Anje who's gonna do the mid, so I would definitely put them in the same category as Hodor's team. That's my only issue. It's just because I see Hodor's team and maybe Rocky's team much above the rest. I rather than not like thinking that Lockpick's team is not really strong. It is.
But let's go with our instinct then, right? So this shape. So we've got 2S, 3A, 3B.
No, but you can put like Ice Spice team to A if you think they are A. It also looks good. Come on, fight for your opinion.
It's all about the art now. How can we make this shape look most appealing? Yeah, maybe okay. How about we do that then? I think that's good. I'm still not sure about like Disc's team as well. I think we have them a bit high personally, but I think from what I could see in the comments earlier that other people seem to think that this was the right place for them. So
well, I know Disc in cups. He always performs, and it like yeah. And if Bounce and Irony are really active, I think they're really good. So I wouldn't put them in a list B. I wouldn't put them in the same category as Pete's or Maharaja's team, because I think they have much better covered bases and they have They have really like deep team. They can put Kaiser in, they can put Avi in, they could put Blaze, Bradley in, and still look strong.
Yeah, no, they've got a good balance and good flexibility there. So I'm good with that. I think we have our ranking.
So
Easy.
this is it. This is what we think, guys. And it's just a coincidence that two streamers doing the teams predictions think their teams are fucking utter shit.
It's fully justified, Karen. I mean, just look at this.
No, I think I have the best team. I wouldn't change it for Hodor's team. Ever.
Me too. Sure, I'll go with that.
Perfect.
No, cool. Look, I'm really looking forward to this cup. Good luck everyone tonight in your games. I think every team is playing except for Pete.
Pete and Parafan.
And Parafan.
Yeah.
Right. So good luck, have fun. Thanks everyone for watching, for providing some of your opinions. Hopefully you found this this content to be of interest. Another reminder, Humak asked us to mention again that please submit your predictions to him tonight so that he can get those into the spreadsheet before teams play. Spies, thank you for the donations that you've sent through, and if I've missed any other ones from anyone else, my apologies for that. But again, all donations on this stream, and I think most of the other ones in this cup are going to be going to either the tournament prize fund or the UT community in general. So so thank you for that. And Karen, I think that covers everything.
Yeah, thank you very much, guys. And as we said, like, try to enjoy it. Like, in these days, it's one of the best things we have. Like, playing this together, being in this weird fucking lockdown situation. Like, don't just think about winning. Like, think about every player in your team and try to make it as much fun as possible. Thank you, guys.
And ban Ice Spice.
And ban Ice Spice for sure.
Awesome. Cheers, everyone. Take care. Bye.
Bye bye.